Welcome everyone to the third edition of The F Word, exclusive to footballnation.com.au. Today we're here with another special guest, Dom Glesson from the Werribee Football Club. Welcome, Dom.
Thank you very much.
What an amazing week it's going to be for you, obviously surpassing the great club records of 136 games. We thought David Lyons held the record, but all of a sudden Travis Robertson does. Tell us about that mix-up, Dom.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there. Banger Lyons had it for a number of years, we thought, but Travis Robertson's held it for the last 5 years, so good on Trav, but he's only known about it for the last 2 weeks, so he's held on to it. But I had a chat with him last week and he's ready to be passing it on.
Definitely. Obviously, what does it mean to you to have that club record this week? It's going to be a big occasion, and particularly in a final too, Dom.
Yeah, I think it's a great honour to have any honour, and especially the games record. But to take it off Trav, it means a lot too, because I grew up playing under Trav when I first started down at Werribee. And but putting that aside, obviously finals footies comes before that, so yeah, looking forward to hopefully beating Casey on the weekend.
Gee, it's a big match, isn't it? Obviously Casey had that massive loss on the weekend, and you guys just got over the line against Box Hill. It wasn't a real enthusiastic approach, but you got there in the end, didn't you?
Yeah, we tend to do that. We tend to give our supporters heart attacks every time we play, and look, it's going to be a big game against Casey this week. We've been 1-1 now, so yeah, it's going to be, we're trying to get back that even ledger and beat them in a final, which would be the great thing, and then not looking too forward, but facing Williamstown in the prelim.
Gee, that'll be a massive matchup, wouldn't it, against Williamstown in the next. We don't want to talk about that too much though, obviously, because we've got to get over Casey this week, but geez, it'd be a massive matchup. Obviously, you've got a few players who maybe to come back this week. Michael Still, he played really well in the reserves, didn't he? 7 goals. Yeah,
7 goals, I think 7 goals 5 or something. Yeah. Started getting plenty of the footy, missing goals, and then just couldn't miss towards the end. Super hands, super player, and North Melbourne might send back a few as well, so really looking forward to who we get back. Probably find out tonight or tomorrow night. We've
mentioned Fev every time on this episode or on these editions, and you really have to mention him again because he's going to be the one to stop up there. And you've got Sean Tyke, you've got Kyle Hardigan up there. They've been really massive importance this year, haven't they?
Absolutely, very impressive young guys, and they hold themselves very well. But it's probably about not stopping Fev, it's probably stopping the supply, and that's up to myself being a midget midfielder. We're going to stop that supply and help Kyle out.
Obviously, Casey, they're the informed team, well they were in the lead up to the finals, and then all of a sudden they went crash bang, and it's going to be interesting to see two teams go at it on Saturday. I suppose when it's a cutthroat final, you seem to really take it that extra step in terms of its cutthroat game. It's a real knife's edge, isn't it? The players seem to jam up a little bit. Tell us about the nerves in a match like
I suppose, yeah, the nerves do get a hold of you a little bit, and we're, as a group, have been working towards that, and trying to mentally get prepared earlier in the week, and we did a little bit over the last couple of days, so we feel like we're mentally ready. But as you say, nothing's like finals footy, and it just is a different brand of football. It's a lot more tighter, and people tighten up, but we're looking really forward to it, and hopefully we're mentally prepared for it.
2008 was the last time that you really looked like you were going to challenge for the grand final. Tell us about the difference between that year and this year, Dom. Is there much comparison you can make, or is it a completely different sort of attitude?
Yeah, I suppose we got to the prelim that year, and we had a lot of mature footballers who were coming towards the end of their careers. And probably vice versa this year. We're coming with a lot of young guys that are starting their careers. So probably the flip side, which is encouraging for Werribee, knowing that we're in the position we are in today. And if we can go one step closer to a prelim with a young side, then next year's looking even better, and the following years as well.
That's right. So many draft picks, or potential draft picks that we could see. Tell us about some of them. Obviously, we've seen Brad Mangan come on. He's really developing, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Strong, mobile. He's probably one of the quickest guys at our club. And I think he's mentally preparing for football and away from football, so he's studying and doing all the right things, so he's not putting all his eggs into one basket, and that's one thing that Werribee try and do, along with Matty O'Dwyer, who's working now as well, and Sean Ty, Sam Wormold, who you interviewed a couple of weeks ago. So they're all got full-time jobs, and they're all focusing on their football, but there's always life after footy, and hopefully the recruiters are looking at them and they play some good footy and get picked up.
Travis Tuck, Dom, you've obviously spent a bit of time with him this year. How have you seen his professional professional? Is he pretty professional at the club? And
absolutely, he's very professional.
Yeah.
We call it yoga, so he starts his yoga sessions about half an hour before we start training.
Right. Yep.
First there, last to leave. Really mature young guy who I can see an AFL list benefiting from picking up for sure.
Is he definitely going to make it, do you think? What do you think?
Look,
feedback from the club.
There's no definites in life, but I think that if a club were going to take a bit of a punt, I reckon they'll get the right awards out of him.
One player that I've liked this year is Robbie Costello. He has transformed his game, hasn't he? From a real important midfielder to one of those forwards, creative forwards. He's really tell us about the transition for him, because it's a really important role, isn't it?
I suppose that everyone's seen a transition. When he first started down at Werribee, he was a backman. Then he moved forward. Then he moved to the midfield. Now he's back forward again, and he pitches in the midfield. The versatility of Robbie is a credit to himself and how he's gone about it. He trains hard away from the club and he works hard as well. So, although he's probably, I think he's 25 now, everyone thinks he's probably coming towards the end of his footy, but
it's a veteran in VFL terms.
Well, that's it. Yeah, he is a veteran, but hopefully he hangs on for a couple more years. And I know he's signed at Werribee for next year as well. So.
That's good. What about you, Dom? You've signed again. You're obviously surpassing the big, great number. You aim to keep going. What's the future hold for you?
At this stage, I hope to keep playing. Just depending on work and life outside of football. But I'd like to stay at the Tigers and help guide the young guys along. And as I said before, the young guys in the team have been super, and hopefully we can encourage, if we hold on to them, encourage them onto bigger and better things at Werribee.
Just finally, obviously we've seen Barlow and Podsiadler. You played a lot with them and know them a hell of a lot. Obviously it's an exciting thing for you to play alongside these guys and see them develop into AFL footy players.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of the most exciting things about VFL football, I think, and being close with Mickey and James. It's just great to follow them in their AFL careers, but also following Aaron Edwards, who played a lot of VFL football, and Dale Morris as well. So it's just a super stomping ground, I think, and there's been numbers that I've missed. Dale Morris is another one, so it's just been great to follow them, and that's another perk of VFL football, I think, that stepping stone.
Beautiful. Dom, thanks for your time today, and thank you very much for tuning into the F Word.
Thanks very much.
Cheers. Thanks. So sharp.